Okay, everything looks all right. Oh, that's what I forgot. Need to get the paint that I plan to use. Oh, hello, moron. Guess I'll be doing the Zenless update tomorrow then. You can you do it now? Or, I don't know, does it, take too many resources maybe? Mm, I think my PlayStation notified me that it's updated, so that was probably the update. I was like 20 wishes away from potentially getting Caesar, but I guess I'll see which banners are up. I mean, I'm content watching stream. Oh, okay. It was a compliment. All right. Let me see. Well, like the title says, this will be the last I paint this painting on stream. So I'm gonna try to get a decent chunk in so that you at least have an idea of what it's gonna look like. And then there's gonna be like fine detail work that I'll keep for off stream. Refining like little details and stuff like that. The red girl and the fox girl, I think well, I thought it was a rabbit girl. Or do you mean it's the red girl and the Miyabi, like the rerun of that the ice fox girl? Because if that's the case, then I have to wish onto the Miyabi banner. And if I get the other girl, because I'm not guaranteed, that's fine too. I'll take whatever I can get. But I guess Husk is wishing on that banner then because he wants to be all in on Miyabi in more than one way. So I guess I'll mix this color again because there's going to be a lot of that. Um, yeah, so I'll mix this color again. I'll place the leaves where they need to be to block out the areas that they need to block out. That way I don't have to paint those areas. Like what I was doing was painting the hair and the details that are underneath that are probably gonna get covered up anyway, so I might as well just cover it with leaves first and see how I can make things look make the relevant details, I guess, stand out compared to just a bunch of other details. Like I need to raise the cheek a bit here. I think I maybe need to darken around here a bit. Maybe you have to darken here a bit too, just so we can kind of get the nose to come out a bit more. What else? I have to smooth this out. It kind of looks like too dark. Obviously, have to put the eyeball or the iris here. Then the eyelashes are going to be the last thing. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'll do. There going to be any major color change? No, the only new color I'm going to introduce is for the eye. It's going to be like a light purple. And that's going to be the only place that I really put a large bit of that color. Like I might try to put hints of that color here and there, but it's going to be really, really faint. Like it's going to be almost unnoticeable. Like if I can get some I don't know. I think I'll figure that out last, right? Because I need to get a lot of that dark green everywhere. And then there's going to be like a paler green on top of that for like the highlights of the leaves. So I guess the major shift that's going to happen is going to be a lot more dark green and then light green. And then the final like different color is going to be that purple. Probably something like this. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. Back to the coffee drinking. Yeah, I can't stay away from it. I need to finish what I have anyways, so I drank what was it? Green tea. It was a blend. It was a green tea, rose, and pomegranate blend, like a fancy tea thing. And it tasted like bubblegum. No sugar. Like obviously it wasn't as sweet as bubblegum without the sugar, but it was a bubblegum taste, smell, and a little bit of that mouthfeel. I wonder if actual bubblegum uses any of those ingredients to flavor it, or for aroma, maybe. Okay, so dark here. Sounds pretty refreshing. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it would be. How hot is it over there for you? Because tea might not be the thing for you, depending on how the weather is over there. Over here, it's been under 30 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow it will be It'll hit 30 probably. And then the rest of the, well, it'll hit 30, but it'll start to rain tomorrow. And then it'll rain throughout the week till probably the weekend. Luckily, it'll be sunny or overcast on the weekend. I have nephews coming over, so they'll probably not even be here. If they're not here with me, then maybe the what's her name? Well, I can't say her name, I guess. Maybe my cousin will take them to a campsite with my parents. I think that was the plan. We'll see how that goes. Because it's three little boys, so can't believe they're still kids. Like, you know how you get that thing where your uncles, every time they meet you, or your aunts too, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you grew so much." These ones never seem to. They always seem to be little boys. I don't remember them. Like, it never feels like they're growing. Right, I have 369, 69. Funny number. I like I like that number. Anyways, yeah. That's good. That's good. Congrats. And anyways, how are you in general? How's it going? Hello, yay. How's it going with you as well? Are you guys like swear if I get stuck? That'd be funny. Yeah, I was gonna ask like how you guys' summer is going, I guess. Going good? Going good with both of you? Yeah, it's going good for me too. I'm excited about the rain actually, because I don't know like if it's just it feels like it doesn't rain as much anymore, like or as heavy as it used to. Don't know if it's just me in my head, but that's what I kind of feel. Cause like a week or two ago, we had a proper thunderstorm, and I was like, okay, I finally get to witness this again. Lightning like crawling all over the sky and all this cool stuff. But maybe it's also because I don't have my glasses on for the last couple of years. Maybe I should wear my glasses more and then I can actually see what's going on. My summer's boring. Haven't done anything all summer. I've had two storms all summer. I think I had like one, and maybe we'll have another one. We'll see. Mm, oh, that's way too light. I need to darken that. Way too watery. All right, that should be better. A little more dark and cold. By cold, I mean I'm adding a little bit of blue. still a little bit more dark and cold. Or maybe I'll add some gray. Yeah, I'll add some of this. Let's see if that helps it out. I have my computer out so I can listen to music in the background. That's good. Well, if you're on Twitch, you could listen to that anyways. I'm listening to Claire Obscure's OST again. I saw that Des is playing it. He's been playing a lot of games since his hand is healed. But yeah, I'll wait for him to finish to talk to him about it. I think we had a strange mid-May thunderstorm that happened like 3 to 5 p.m. one day and dropped about a fifth an inch of rain down. Okay, so you guys didn't really have much, eh? Is it like really dry where you're at, or? Yeah, it's pretty arid most days. So I guess you probably get like a dry and then a wet season or something like that. I don't know. Nice. I love Dandy's World in general. I'm matching my bestie and I drew Blot from my other friend of our trio. I keep forgetting what Dandy's World is. Is it a show? Rar, hello Alex. Wait, are you the other? Are you the same Alex? Yeah, you're the same Alex. I was like, wait, there's two Alex. They're multiplying. Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try to do that. There's like I guess like a way that the leaves here fold, because it. Okay, I'm gonna hold on. Let me put this in my. Okay, I'm not gonna put it in my mouth. I was gonna put it in my mouth and like here. So like the leaves, they come out, uh, and they have like a fold like that. Like they're flatter than my hands, but they kind of like have like that shape and like longer. So I need to kind of get that shape communicated. But for now, I'm just going to throw the actual whole shape down. A Roblox game, okay, I see. Yeah, I'm the same Alex. The Alexes are multiplying. Hello, Makio. How you doing? Everybody panic. I don't know if I should stay on both YouTube and Twitch or just pick one. Yeah, you can pick whichever one you want. Depends. I guess the major difference is Twitch is gonna put you in an ad every now and then, probably. That might be annoying. Even though there's music, I guess that might be annoying too, depending on whether or not you want to actually hear the music. All up to you. I guess I'm obligated by Twitch's TOS to actually say yes. Twitch only. Apparently, Twitch's TOS is uh very pro Twitch whenever it comes to anything multi-streaming. I don't mind the music. Nice. Oh, you're meowing now, Makio. It's a bark and then it's a meow. Can never tell which one. Or both if you're real daring, yeah, I guess. If you're indecisive, I can ban one. But, no, it's rar. Yeah. If you don't hear the music, you'll get jump scared by his voice when he just talks because it's just silent and then he jump scared. Yeah, yeah. That's the YouTube experience. The YouTube is the analog horror experience. I didn't take my melatonin tonight, so I'm just gonna be awake all night. Oh boy. Don't you crash midday if you don't like rest or something? Doesn't really show much on stream. I don't think. Maybe I can. I'll just zoom in a bit. It's going to be like part of the painting, not the whole painting, but at least you'll be able to see it better. Oh crap. Okay, I accidentally messed up a sound setting. Almost done. No, nowhere, nowhere near done. This is just the last stream, uh, because I don't want to keep streaming the same thing over and over again. I was going to take a break from it and then go uh, draw, but then I decided I already have my paints out, so I might as well just use them while they're out and then do the drawing next stream. Either way, how you doing, Cherry? Let me test something. There's gonna be a sound effect. It might be loud, I don't know. But I accidentally changed my sound setting for that, so I want to test it. Um, okay, so let me see. This one? Let me try this one. It's the loudest one, I think. Okay. It wasn't that bad, I don't think. Or was it like super loud? If it was super loud, you guys can let me know and I'll lower the volume. Yeah, it would. I accidentally muted myself as well. But yeah, it's on YouTube's end too. Wasn't too loud? Okay. Alright, so I'll keep the volume there. What was I gonna do before I screwed that up? Oh yeah, I was gonna zoom in. Okay, that way you guys can actually see the and maybe I'll just move it up and down or something. Maybe I'll physically move this. Okay, no, that's kind of weird. I can't really move it much because it's kind of like, I can't do that. It's probably gonna, everything's probably just gonna fall apart. So we're stuck here. I guess I'll just paint in this area. Yeah. All right. So the nose. Do the glitchy thingy again when you were unmuting the sound. Why? That's a Twitch only effect. The Twitch people can do it if they want. Yeah, I think like I can't remember, but after viewing a certain amount, I guess you get enough points to do that. It looked weird. It glitched. That's why. Yeah. Alex is jumping between YouTube and Twitch. Okay. Um, Let me see. I don't know if there's anything underneath the flower here because I can't really see. Oh, wait, no, there is. There is. Okay. It's like it wouldn't be completely here, but there would be hints of it. Okay, I think maybe I'm drawing leaves the wrong way. Maybe I have to stroke outwards. Like, if the stem comes from here, maybe I need to go like this. That's probably better. Instead of, I was coming from like the tip of the leaf into the stem. I should come out from the stem, the main stem, and then out to the tip of the leaf. That's probably a better way to do it. Are you gonna just watch? No more yapping? Alrighty. And I'll keep yapping. No. Getting tired, hopefully. That way you can get some sleep. Not tired. Mm. Okay, I don't want the leaf to block too much here. Maybe I can have one come this way and then down. This way. Hmm. So Wheeler, my friend, deleted all their accounts. I added them on, but I still text them good morning, good evening, and good night. But the accounts are deleted. Ah, it lets you do that? I thought it would be like not let you message a dead account. Well, I guess if you miss them. But that's the nature of online friends. They just suddenly disappear. If you were well, I guess you guys are kind of, right? Like I was gonna say if you were an MMO player, it's a pretty common thing. I used to play Maple Story. I don't know if that's at all relevant anymore, but I used to play that when I was probably you guys' age. And that was the way it went. Um, you'd be playing with someone pretty much every day, and then one day suddenly, one day suddenly you don't hear anything from them, and you're like, oh, maybe they went on vacation or something. But yeah, you never hear from them again. That's how it is. I guess I can use here because I want here to be kind of okay, here. Yeah, I'll do that. And that's why I ended up here. No friends. Are you my friend? No. What if I said yes? Would you think that would be all it takes to be a friend? That's a low bar. Parasocial. Parasocial. Desperate for friends. Why? You have none? Not at school? None. No one in the games you play? Or um, I don't know. I guess people that you meet through YouTube or something. I don't know how people make friends these days. Mm, I have one IRL friend. That's enough. I have pretty much. Well, I have my like family and stuff, but if family counts, then I have enough friends. All my online friends I really talk to them more, find more friends at school, join clubs, help people and such. What's a okay? Let's see. Let's see what you think, Alex. What's a friend to you? Like, do you have an idea of what you would consider a friend? Because it has to be more than oh, I get along with them or I play games with them or whatever, right? I have a bunch of online friends and I memorize all of their times. So So I know whether to text them good night or good morning or good evening. I have an idea of what I consider friend. Everyone has different bars. I would generally say that the bar should be higher for most people, but that's not my call. It's up to people to decide. Well, someone I trust a lot and know well, I don't just walk up to people and say, "You're my friend." If I did, I'd have zero. If you walked up to people, oh, you mean like they'd be weirded out by that? Yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, most of the friends I had in school, I don't even remember like how we really became friends. It just sort of, you're there and then you end up talking to them and then you don't talk to them after school's done. So I don't really know if that would be considered, I don't know if that would be considered a friendship or more so like an acquaintance or whatever. I consider someone that's there for you when you need them and you're there for them when they need you as someone that makes you happy, someone that is nice, someone that makes me laugh, and someone that thinks I'm a good friend. So if they're not nice, then you can no longer be friends? Or or do you mean like, oh wait, do I need another branch here? No, I don't. I don't need, never mind. My friends I have now, they just spawned in my class and we became besties. I don't feel like typing a paragraph on what I consider a friend. All right. If it's like joking through it, it's fine. And of course, people get mad, so that's fine. Not just not 20%. Okay. You're good at getting the shade and folds of a leaf down. Yeah. I guess a little bit. That needs a lot of like a lot of them here probably need more detailing than the ones here. But I think like doing it like this, where you paint it from like the stem, helps with that. But the paint I'm using is too thin right now, so I need to mix it again. That's the downside of using a wet palette is your paints that get like saved onto your palette become quite watery. Falls over. Well, and someone that almost never makes you cry unless like they accidentally hurt you and you cry because it was an accident. Yeah, if you have a friend that makes you cry a lot, that's not a friend. Oh, I'm painting in areas you guys can't see. Oops. Oh, that was a new kickbot. Yeah, they're a little more creative, I guess, than the Twitch bots. That's for sure. Hey, mate, I'm a single father and also a verified kick and Twitch streamer. Okay. Yeah, I remember at some point a lot of my friends ditched me, and if they didn't, they barely talked to me. So I met these people and we were friends, but they ignored me, and when they didn't, they were mean to me and sometimes made me cry because they would let their friends bully me and not care and then ban me from the group chat no longer than person I was defending myself from. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that. I guess like it's a lot easier to be like that. It's not like it didn't happen, stuff like that in real life, but I can imagine that kind of stuff is a lot more common online, right? I have better friends now. That's good. That's good. Yeah, as you get older, I think the bar for friendship is going to get higher and higher, and uh your inner circle, I guess, is going to get smaller and smaller. It's not a bad thing. It's just how it is. Oh, wait, let me What do I do? Zoom out? No. Just move down, I guess, a little bit. I'll just have one random thing come like that. I want to get it a little more like tight, right? So I don't really want things to touch the eye too much because I want that to be clear. Um, Maybe just one little thing here, like that. I feel like there's too much space here, so maybe the power to redeem a painting if you can. A painting of you as a cat boy, but not the drive to do so. It's such a nasty prediction. That's a little bit of a threat there. um, a man versus self. Really, I gotta go. I mean, I might be back. If not, good night. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't think. Well, actually, no. I have like an hour, so maybe I will run into each other again or whatever. So now what needs to happen is I need to lighten the tops of the leaves and potentially darken the areas behind them, either by making things darker blue where the actual face is, or by just pushing things to black, I guess, in like these areas here. Yeah. Okay, let's see how that goes. What color can you use? Maybe this. Hmm. That didn't work out. This yellow that I added makes it look too. I guess I can bring the saturation down by adding some white to it or some grays. That is kind of the color. It just needs something. I guess more yellow. Let's try that. Alright. Need to mix more of that, because I think that works. I just need to get it applied properly. Rawr. Hello, Alex. Still not asleep.
Care package on the way.
Care package. Should have some water somewhere. believe that was Raga. It's usually Raga. No, it's a moron. Thank you, moron. Sleep is for the weak indeed. Is there a game that is that has like a really good soundtrack but is bad? Like story wise or whatever, or the characters are trash or whatever. I don't think there is. I think maybe music or maybe a good soundtrack is like a pretty good indicator that the game has like something meaningful about it, I guess. I don't know. Half of all Sonic games. Okay, wait. Yeah, yeah. I guess all right. That's the exception to the rule. Crush 40, I think that's the band that plays for like almost all of their music, at least the older games. Racking my brain to think of another example though. Yeah, just because like just the fact that we kind of have to rack our brain to think of another example, I think is like it's a pretty good indicator then, like a metric to kind of make that assessment. Has writing been helping you? You mean like physically writing? Um, it's been helping me actually write. Uh, there's something with the digital workspace that's not working with me. Another thing that's helped me is also like I can just uh like leave my workspace, I guess. I don't know what the science or whatever is behind it. I don't really care, to be honest, because like to me it's just something about a workspace that you do ABC in makes it difficult for you to do XYZ, if you know what I'm trying to say. So like there's things that you do in one workspace and your head is like geared to a certain like way, like a task. Uh the idea of completing a certain set of tasks is like part of this workspace now. There's also an inspiration thing. Like for example, where would you think would be better for you to write a horror story, let's say, right? Would it be sitting in a cafe or like some sort of other environment where you're comfortable, let's say? Or would it be an abandoned house or something? Or like, you know, somewhere a little bit creepy? I feel like you would get a boon or like some kind of buff for to stick with the gamer terminology from going somewhere where you'd be inspired, like you're taking in something from the environment that helps you somehow, uh, creatively at least. And then there's the obvious things that like, you know, if you're writing a story about, I don't know, bikers, being around bikers is obviously going to make that story more solid because you'll have actual reference too, right? So being in the environment that's seems to be somewhat vital, and then that is just kind of building on the idea that your environment, your work environment, has some bearing on your ability to like express yourself. So like all that to say, leaving my workspace and writing on actual paper has been yeah, good. I even got to thinking, oh, what if I go, because there's like a national, not national, national is not the right word. Mm, nature something reserve. I don't know. It's like a large forest with like a trail through it, and no one's like allowed to do anything in it, like build it or build inside of it or something. So I guess like a natural reserve. I don't know. I was thinking, oh, I could go in there and maybe it will help me feel out the story I'm writing. Or maybe I should write, if I go to the campsite, not this weekend, but like later, because I prefer to camp in the fall. So I'm planning to go in the fall. If I, man, family's gonna get in the way for that because there's a lot of family at the campsite. But like if there wasn't, then I would probably bring my stuff to write there. I mean, I could bring it just in case I get like a moment or something. It's not a national park, no. It's like there's no like people that take care of it or like wildlife really. I guess there's some wildlife like, raccoons and whatever. But it's more like a so like you have a bunch of suburbs everywhere and then there's like a huge area. It's big enough that you can get lost and die if you're a kid. So so it's like a really big forest. But there's like bike trails and stuff through it, I think. There's some rivers there or creeks. I don't really know if river is the right term because they're not like a really big waterway. I'll have to try it myself. Feels like stress or pressure is what puts me off writing about anything. Yeah, and I think like see, I don't know what would be good for because like I remember you were writing like something more on the sci-fi end of things, right? Where would be a good environment for that? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be like I guess like a super optimal environment, just not your typical space. Because then you're your head registers something about the environment and prevents you or inhibits you. I guess it's the same thing. I mean, that honestly could be anywhere. Most of that world or the one intended to be experienced from a main character perspective is like post-apocalyptic. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I guess that could be basically anywhere that there's no people or less people. So cold but dry, overcast, and industry. I don't know. It's reminded me of Montreal. Like whenever I go to Montreal, I don't know if you've ever been, but that's the feeling I get from it. Those words. I also go in the winter too, though, so maybe that's part of it. Like typically, I'd go in the winter. It's better when I go in the summer though. Haven't been in a while. But Montreal has they don't do this anymore. I guess like a lot of major cities have this, but it's an entire like section of the city, I guess, or whatever. It's like underground. There's like train systems that go from station to station, but it's a really really large area, and there's like it's all carved in rock. I'm glad that bleak worlds remind you of Montreal. Yeah, there's a lot of industrial stuff, and it's like a post-apocalyptic feels like it describes it because like a lot of it's just broken down and not being used. I guess like you can drive through industrial what feels like an industrial wasteland, just like huge factories, I guess, with like massive circular silos, which like you can, if you're a kid, you can imagine that like, oh, this is all nuclear shit, but it was probably just used to like be a, I don't know, a reservoir of like water or something. Hello, Jam Games. How you doing? I remember this time. All right, now I can add more yellow for the sections that are closer to the light. I'll probably push that a little bit more to the yellow. Doesn't mean that under here is gonna have more yellow necessarily, but it's going to, like, the parts that are green here have to kind of be warmer because of that kind of light condition. And that will also kind of help separate the back from the front here. But yeah, how you doing, Jam Games? What I can do too is get like a light blue or like a really dull light blue, maybe a little bit of green mixed into it, and define the edges of the leaves to kind of give them a little bit more dimension, like a little bit of a secondary light source too. It'll be kind of like it's reflecting off of the face a little bit. Looks very good. Is this the last stream on it? Yeah, this is the last stream on it, although it won't be finished. I'll probably work on it a little bit here and there off stream, and then it will appear everywhere, I guess, because I'll be posting it pretty much everywhere. Let's see here. More black. All right, and as I move up, I'm gonna add some more blue each time. Just a little bit more here. And that way there's somewhat of a transition going on. We got some cast shadows. It's weird how. Oh, oh, you're back. Oh, you're back. Oh, that was fast. It's weird how out of like six concepts or stories, three take place in a state of pseudo post-apocalyptic. I guess two for sure. One is left vague. What's also interesting is I guess it's something with the collective unconscious or something. But things that I mean, it could also be what's like injected into it as well. It's not necessarily has to come from the collective without any input. But like, there's been a lot of apocalyptic stories, right? And then if you go back, it's less so this genre, but like other genres, like fantasy, there was a time where that was really big, and then I guess some of it kind of came back, but it was more grimdark. Uh, I guess with what's it called? Game of Thrones. Even though you know how I feel about that. um, can water this down a bit. Probably get rid of it because I don't want this area to be too obscure. Oh wait, had to open up a second file, makes it a bit more varied. Also need to consolidate my ideas and flesh them all out. Makes me feel weird seeing how incomplete my ideas are. Yeah, sometimes, well, a lot of the time. I think most of my ideas are like bits and pieces, and then I have to put them together. Um, Probably gonna see how Obsidian works for me. Um, like I still want to try it out, even though I kind of want to do things on paper. Just see what it works. Like I'll maybe see what it can be used for to organize stuff. Like for example, I know that it can be used to make like a relationship kind of chart between characters or whatever because it kind of works like a web. I'm sure it can be used in other ways too, but that's one way I can think of from the top of my head. Beautiful painting. Thank you. Also, hope you've been well, Demizen. I'm still here. Well, I'll be here for 20 more minutes. So we'll see what we can get done in that time. Now for this really unusual Standout color. All right, got 9 or so different ideas down. Same universe or just like uh distinct ideas? Because a lot of my stuff is seems to be anthological, like a similar universe or same universe. It's a shame I forgot some of them. When the second I look at them, I immediately remember. But you forget them, but then remember the idea when you like read the blurb that you wrote down, or because of how it works, some stuff could be the same universe. Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of the stuff I'm trying to just consolidate in the same universe because um like a lot of the world building kind of works and also is interesting to kind of try to adjust things to make it fit into it, like where it doesn't fully work. I kind of have fun trying to figuring out how I could make it, how can I adjust the idea to fit into that same universe. I don't know if that was a good idea what I just did there, but easy enough to fix if I want to. All right, what reoccurring themes tend to happen for you in your work so far? Oops. I was working on this area up here. I mean, it's not even really visible because of let's see if I can fix that. Oh, it didn't really help. Too black there. I'm gonna go. Alrighty, have a good one. Have a good rest. Typically, immortality, ideas of divinity, and presence of titanic deities that just so happen to be powerful or truly of some godly nature. The other lighter ones kind of revolve more around the idea for a character, like a mining automaton who keeps a canary in a chest plate. I, I believing its directive is to get out of the mine with the bird alive canary in the coal mine, or a corpo angel whose goal is to liquidate assets, including people in purgatory. Oh, that's pretty cool. Of some sort of uh, office of political control. Yeah, those ones. Those two seem pretty sick, pretty interesting. So obviously these flowers are not complete. There's an idea that they'll look something like this, even though this one's not complete either, but um, I'm trying to give a percentage. 70, I think. 70% complete. Because even the leaves have to go back and detail them and stuff, right? Especially like around the face. Like outside, I don't have to worry too much about the details there because they don't matter. But like around here, doing the Fibonacci thingy. I guess it's like around here, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I still have a lot of paint on my palette here, so well, I'll probably do. Maybe I'll work on this tomorrow, but not on stream. Like maybe I'll do it before stream, and then we'll work on something else on stream. Certainly a more varied tone since your goal was to give us a general idea of what was to come. I'd say you succeeded. Yeah. The only hue that I'm gonna push for more is yellows, which are gonna be mostly on this side, and then we'll get splashes of it on the flower. Since the eye is here, I might have like a light purple to substitute some of the um what's it called? Like light blues that I was gonna use to make like a secondary lighting, which is just bounce light, like light from the face that bounces off of it. It's gonna be more blue because she's kind of corpse like or whatever, however you described it. So that's probably something that I'll do. And we'll put splashes of this eye colors inside of that. But yeah, let me try to zoom. Can I zoom? No, I'll just bring it closer. Doesn't really show up well, but I guess that's what the final scanned version will have to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will probably stream tomorrow. Depends on how bad the storm is. If I don't stream, I'll see you in a couple days, I guess, because it's gonna rain for a little bit. So have a good one. You're gonna be working on your story, I hope, because those ideas do sound cool. The mining one, I have a picture in my head for it. But yeah, I'll see ya. Da, da, da. Oh wait, I have to check this. Okay, yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Off to Zenless World.